guys look strong. Here they go. How cool is this? Look at them go! It'd take me a week to chop through that thing. Now, how heavy do you reckon those axes are? Do you reckon they're heavier than a watermelon? Those massive wood chips breaking off. Wow, those axes must be absolutely razor blade sharp. Now, just before we get started on today's episode, kids, let me just remind you about our merch items available on our website, like our mini Aussie hat made just for kids' heads. One of my favourites, Aussie socks, with a nice little message reminding you to always stay keen. You can get yourself a sweatband, just like Aussie's, but even cooler, with Aussie's logo. Or a mini replica Aussie tee made just for you kids. Or, brand new to our website, is our personalised video message made just for you from Ozzie. Right now available on our website, aussieforkids.com.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
Now, one of my all-time favourite things to do at the Easter show is check out the wood chopping. It is going to be fun. Let's go inside and see what we can find. Check it out. Wow, these guys look strong. As you can see out there, kids, we've got lots of strong looking men. There are competitors from all over Australia, but if you have a look at the red shirt, that says CAN, pretty sure that's a competitor from Canada, on the other side of the world. How cool is this? Wow, look at them go! Oh! What? Good, mate. those massive wood chips breaking off. Why did it take me a week to chop through that thing? Wow, those axes must be absolutely razor blade sharp.
Get ready. 1, 2, 3.
Get ready for some serious action because today we're talking all about wood chopping. Also known as timber sports, it's a super fast, super strong competition where athletes use giant axes and massive saws to chop and slice through logs. It all comes from the olden days when lumberjacks worked in the bush, chopping down trees by hand. But don't worry, this sport is all about safety, strength, and serious skill. Here are a few of the coolest events. The underhand chop. The athlete stands on top of a chunky block of wood, and yep, they chop between their feet. Wow, but don't try that at home. They wear heaps of safety gear and train for years. The standing block chop. In this event, the log stands upright like a mini tree. The athlete whacks it with big, strong swings, trying to chop it clean in half as fast as they can. And the springboard. This one is wild. The athlete chops a notch, sticks a board in, jumps up on top of the board, and climbs higher by chopping and jumping up again all the way to the top. It's like tree climbing with axes. Wood chopping takes loads of training, focus and respect for the powerful and sharp tools that they use. Athletes learn how to handle their axes safely, build up their muscles and stay sharp, just like their blades. They even wear chainmail, yep, just like a knight, around their feet and ankles to protect themselves. And on their feet, yep, wouldn't you know it, the same shoes that Ozzie wears, Dunlop Volleys. How cool is that? Today, timber sports are massive around the world. You'll find top athletes from the USA, Canada, the UK, New Zealand, and of course, Australia. So, are you ready? Let's go meet some of the pros and learn more about this awesome sport. G'day kids, I am here at the wood chopping with a very special guest. What's your name?
Thank you, my name is Martha King.
You're not wearing green and gold, which is our country's colours, which tells me you are not from Australia. Where are you from?
That's correct, I'm from Chadsford, Pennsylvania, USA.
Martha King. Now, which event did you compete in today?
I competed in the single-handed world title. It's a women's competition, one of the biggest ones, and it's one of the main reasons why I'm here, single-handed sawing. I came third today in the single-handed sawing, which it's no small feat. These are really top-tier athletes here. It's important not to judge yourself too much. It's good to make assessments, but to be positive and keep reaching for more growth and, take your dreams. Because if you're too tough on yourself, you're going to beat yourself down and you end up taking steps back. So honest assessment, that'll lead to more growth and ultimate success.
They are some words of wisdom if I've ever heard them. Ozzie's got some words of wisdom for the kids usually, but I don't think I've ever been able to say it quite as eloquently as that. And I must say, congratulations on third. That is a huge effort, especially if you've flown all the way from America. The arms must have been pretty tired. So you just competed in the one event today, is that right?
That is correct, yes, the single-handed sawing event.
Single-handed sawing. Is there any other events that you do as a wood chopper?
Absolutely, you've got to be very, very well-rounded. If I'm going to travel this far, I need to be competing in as many events as possible. So the underhand world title is on tomorrow, the women's 275mm world title. So that is the main reason that I'm here. That is my true love. I love swinging an axe. It is super, super intense. I mean, you've got to be fully on point to cut this wood well. It takes power, precision, balance, just ultimate technique. And the best of the best are here, and I'm here to see how I stack up. So. Wow, that is incredible. I'm wishing you all the best for tomorrow. Now tell me, what is an underhanded technique thing? Oh, so the underhand chop, You actually stand on the block. It's a little bit confusing. You'd think that you'd be chopping. That's a standing block.
That's a standing.
Even though you're standing on the underhand, right? I didn't make up the names. I didn't make up the rules. I just chopped the wood.
So you're standing on the piece of wood that you're about to chop.
Yep, that's right. Swinging real close to your toes. Yep.
Do you wear special shoes?
So I wear volleys. They're pretty cool.
You wear what?
I wear volleys, but I have chainmail socks on. So I won't cut my toes off. I might break my bones if I hit my feet, but usually we don't even think about it. We're in race mode. We just go hard. We don't think about it.
Unreal. Now, I just must say,
Oh, nice shoes.
I am also wearing volleys. They are my wood chopping shoes as well. They're also my running shoes, my walking shoes, my everything shoes, because this is what Ozzie wears. It's just a coincidence that we wear the same brand. That's pretty cool.
So, yes, it is. And does that mean that you're going to start chopping wood?
Look, I never say never, and I always say to the kids, give everything a try. So if someone wants to lend me an axe, I'll swing it towards a piece of wood. Hopefully I'll hit the wood and not my feet. All right, Martha, I think I've taken up enough of your time. I think you better go and relax and get yourself ready for that underhanded chop tomorrow. All the best.
I appreciate you, Ozzie. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And to the kids out there that want to try wood chopping with an axe, stay keen, be like Martha. She's cool.
Thank you. All the best. Cheers.
G'day kids, it's Ozzie here, and I am very lucky because I am with not just any woodchopper, the winner of this recent event. Now, can you introduce yourself for the kids out there, and what did you just win?
I'm Travis Rosley, and I just won the 300mm underhand.
Okay, so what is an underhand? What does that mean?
That's the event where you stand on the log and you chop in between your feet halfway, and then you turn around to the back and do the same.
That sounds awfully dangerous to me. How do you do that without hitting your toes?
A lot of practice at home, and we wear chainmail guards, which if we do hit our foot, it won't cut our toe off.
Okay, so look, you're just wearing regular volleys like Ozzie wears, but you've got these underneath, and that's the chain.
Yep, yeah. The rules just came in that everyone has to wear them, so yeah, if we do hit our foot, we won't cut any toes off.
So have you got all of your toes still remaining?
Yeah, I've got them all, yeah.
Now, how do you practice? Do you just swing at trees out the backyard, or how do you practice? You got a stack of logs at home? What's the story?
Yeah, I've got a stack of logs at home, and we just chop logs at home and compete in country shows, and then come up to Sydney over Easter. Yeah.
Unreal. Now, where's home for you?
Bairnsdale in Victoria.
Bairnsdale, Victoria. Fantastic, mate. Well, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and good luck with all the rest of your events this week.
Yeah, thank you.
I am really lucky because I have found the biggest woodchopper in the house here. Why don't you tell the kids at home and Ozzie what your name is and what you competed in today?
Of course, yeah. My name is Mark Bowwin, and I competed in the double buck sawing and the single buck sawing.
And how did you go?
I won them both. Yeah, that's right.
You won them both. Unbelievable.
I can't believe it.
Oh, well, I can. Standing next to you, I can believe that you'd win most things with an axe in your hands.
I'm just a little guy. Come on.
Not compared to me, that's for sure, and not compared to the kids out there watching. Now, how long have you been chopping wood for?
So I've been doing it for about 12 years now, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And how did you get into chopping wood?
So I started in school, actually. That's where I learned to chop and saw. Then from there, I kept training and getting equipment, and I started competing professionally from there.
Unreal. This is brilliant. Now, what brings you? I noticed that you've got a bit of an accent. You don't talk the sound. You don't sound the same as Ozzie. Whereabouts are you from?
Yeah, I'm from the USA. I'm from actually New York. So yeah, a little ways away.
A little ways away. We've got lots of little fans over in America. So hi to our little American fans over there. Brilliant. So how do you get your energy back after you've been chopping wood? There's a lot of really good food out there. Probably a lot of really sweet and not so good food. How do you steer clear of them, and which one are the best for recovery?
There is a lot of good food out there, but you have to have good discipline and pick and choose properly so you can recover and be healthy for the next day. Make sure you get a lot of sleep, preferably at least 8 hours. Eat a good meal at night and sleep well.
Brilliant. Well, all the best for the rest of the week, and thank you so much for talking to Ozzie and the kids out there.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man. you haven't already, make sure you get a grown-up to help you hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any of the new and exciting videos that we put out. Speaking of new and exciting, if there's a video that you'd love to see Ozzie do, make sure you send us a message on our socials, on Facebook or Instagram at Ozzie for Kids. We'll see you again soon, kids. And until then, stay keen. Oh, and by the way, did you happen to find the hidden Ozzie icon in that video? Yeah, make sure you look closely because they're in every single video. That's right. Stay keen, kids.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of